guys, what is up? The clap was for editing purposes. But this is Kudchi. You are watching? Yes, you're watching. Finally, you're watching. You're watching the QnA episode of What's the Point? And this is the video because people have been requesting for a video for a long time. And I always cater to my audience. So this is the video. Today we're going to be answering some questions. Let's just get right into it. I told you guys to comment the questions on one of my posts. I also got 2 questions on DM and both of them are hardcore. Let's just start with. The first question is from Lord Tyrion, aka Raj Amarnani, aka Ray Phoenix. What was your main inspiration behind starting this channel? So my main inspiration is, I've told people this, it's Akash Mehta. This was in my introduction video also for the podcast. Akash Mehta is a comedian. He is a podcaster also. I discovered him on YouTube because of his comedy. Then I went on to his SoundCloud to listen to his very casual podcasts. He has recorded them on like a earphone mic, in green rooms and in backstages, and it's very good. He has talked to Kanan Gill and he's talked to people about the comedy scene in Bangalore, and it's amazing. Then I found Cyrus Says on IVM podcasts. Then Akash Mehta came up with his own show and it's called BANTAILOG, and it's my favorite podcast. They share stories on that podcast also, and I was like, dude, I gotta do this because the stories were amazing. They talk to accomplished people, unlike in my podcast. But I feel my podcast has its own feel because this is the age where we're trying out new things, where we're literally starting up. Reference to the last podcast. And you never know where we're gonna go with this. It's gonna be amazing. Either we're gonna be super successful or we're gonna be total failures. And this is the stepping stone that we're taking right now. And that's the experience that is shared on my podcast. So yes, my main inspiration was Akash Mehta and Naveen Norona. Check out their podcast. It's called BANTAILOG. The next question is, why only podcasts and not videos? Because I need to sell. My main idea behind this was, I first need to sell my content. I need to sell my voice because podcast mein voice is what carries it off. And बाद में अगर लोगों को मेरा आवाज़ अच्छा लगा तो शायद then they will be ready to see my face for an hour. ठीक है? So that's why only podcasts and not videos. This question was from Joyita. Thanks for hitting up. Okay, this is Shri Vidya. Why engineering, parents? What do you ultimately hope to achieve with your podcasts? See, my podcasts are not a primary thing that these are not my, this is not what I'm gonna do on YouTube. This is not mainly what I'm gonna do on YouTube. YouTube ka plans mera alag hai. The podcasts are for my soul. I don't think these are gonna take me anywhere because India is not the market for podcasters to get huge and to get big. So yeah, I hope to achieve validation, not exactly validation. I want to achieve. What do I want to achieve with this podcast? I don't even know what I want to achieve with this podcast. I just want to do it because I like to do it. These podcasts. It's this is from Milton Noronha. What do you think about relationships around us today? Oh my God. Why, Milton? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. What do I think of relationships around us? I am assuming around us means the people from our age who are in a relationship. So it is a very usually relationships in our age don't work because the parameters that we look for in a person are not ideal for a long-term relationship. एक शादी तो हम लोग के दिमाग में आता ही नहीं, ठीक है? So it's all just down to looks and personality, which are not good parameters to look at when you're looking at a prospective partner. And it's natural. We're just teenagers, dude. हम लोग को ऐसा नहीं सोचने वाले. हम लोग को सिर्फ action चाहिए, ठीक है? So that is, I feel कि they are very immature relationships around us. They're immature. That's what I think of them. Thank you, Milton, for hitting me up. Jags, my boy, Jagjot Singh, where do you see your YouTube career in the next 5 years? I don't know, man. I don't have a plan. This is usually what I just go with the flow. My blog, I've gone with the flow. There's no There's no timetable to it. I've been meaning to write so many posts. At least एक या दो. My fingers are itching to write something. Write a blog. Hopefully it'll happen in these exams, because during exams is when I'm most productive. Very ironically. Where do you see your YouTube career in the next 5 years? Doing sketches. I really want to write some sketches. I want to act in some sketches. Because I have a lot of sketch ideas. Sketch ideas बहुत अच्छे. So hopefully I'll be doing sketches in the next 5 years. Same guy, Jagjot Singh. What are your further plans? Something new? Yeah, season 2 of What's the Point? January में आएगा. It will have video, hopefully, man. If I get a better laptop, I'm gonna do video. That's my plans as of now. Okay. Atharva Gupte. Isn't it sad that we are always becoming things we never wanted? This guy asked this question sitting at a bus stop. These are the thoughts that he gets when he's bored. Why isn't it sad that we always become things that we didn't want to become? Yeah, it is, man, because we do not control our destiny in most cases. At least brown children do not, at this age, did not control their destiny. Yes, हम लोग इंजीनियर्स बन जाते हैं हमारी परमिशन के खिलाफ. सो या इट इज़ प्रीटी सैड कि हम लोग हर वो चीज़ बन जाते हैं जो हम लोग को नहीं बनना है. बट वी ऑल्सो हम लोग को ये सीखना चाहिए हाउ टू बैलेंस आउट वॉट वी वॉन्ट टू बिकम एंड वॉट वी डोंट वॉन्ट टू बिकम. वी नीड टू बैलेंस इट आउट. वी नीड टू keep, because you cannot get carried away with what you want, right? You need to have a snap back to reality sometimes. So yeah, it is sad. The answer to your question is it is sad. It is sad that we become things we never wanted. Okay. The next question will be helped by you only, Atharva Gupte. So we'll just cut to that. The next question is we have Atharva Gupte, my very nice friend, who's gonna help me answer this question. This question is by Dheeraj Singh Jodha and it's hardcore, man. Dheeraj, tu kya kar raha hai mere sath? Okay. His question basically is, why do we need someone else to remind ourselves that we have everything we need to be happy? Gupte, why do we need someone else to remind us that we are lucky?
Yeah, so to answer this question, which is like, it's put me in a loop since this boy made me read it. So I think it's because we are humans, you know, like at the end of the day, we are humans.
I was going to start my answer with this.
So we are humans, and I guess like from the time that like we are born, like
we focus on the negatives.
Yeah. No, we don't focus on the negative. That's not what I'm saying. But like you know, like suppose तू अपने टिफिन नहीं खाया आज, तो तू घर पे आके मॉम को दिखाएगा. मॉम विल बी लाइक, अफ्रीका में बच्चे भूखे मर रहे हैं, तू यहाँ पे टिफिन नहीं खा रहा है.
बचपन से हमने कंडीशन किया है.
हाँ, so you are like molded in that way to always focus on negatives and then
compare yourself.
Compare exactly.
To something worse.
Life is basically a differentiate between the less fortunate and you. Exactly.
That is why we need.
So that's why we always like, and it's like a human tendency. Okay, like it's human. It's not like to sadist or to
it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing weird, guys.
Exactly. Exactly.
Humans have a tendency to look at the negatives instead of the positives, and that is why we never acknowledge the fact independently that we are lucky. We need something else. We need an external trigger to make us realize that we are lucky. We will never exactly. We will never acknowledge for ourselves कि हाँ भाई मैं lucky हूँ. नहीं, तू गरीब बच्चे को देखेगा तू बोलेगा हाँ मैं lucky हूँ. You will. It's like that. It's human, guys. That's the answer. I hope Dheeraj, I answered your question. Let's move on to the next one. Gupte will leave now. I'm very sad. Gupte has to leave. He has to go home because apparently he has to go home and he lives there or some shit like that. Bye Gupte, thank you. This is being a joke. Bye Gupte, thank you for helping me answer this question. You're back from the Atharva Gupte question. Thank you Atharva Gupte sir for helping me answer that question. The last question is from Bhumika Desai. What was your turning point in life? Any heartbreak/failure? My turning point in life was when engineering started last year, November. It was crazy because it was very very stressful. It started off stressful AF because I did a lot of things together. My freshers, mein, I did a lot of things, and it was very very stressful. I couldn't give time to any of my friends, and I made new friends. So stuff happened, and that was pretty much the turning point in life because I learned so much during the first semester of degree college. Is that you cannot always rely on the people to remain the same because change, going very cliched, change is the only constant, and if people change you gotta either adapt to them or you gotta let go of them. People become poisonous sometimes for you, and it's good for you only that you let go of them. It's very hard to let go, believe me. I still have birthday posters from 2 years ago संभाल के रखा मैं for some reason, and it's from people that I don't I some of them I don't talk to anymore. Yeah, and people change, man. Everybody knows this, and you gotta adapt to it. You gotta think what's best for you in the long run, and it's very very hard to do that. Believe me, it's very hard to let go of people. But you gotta understand that ये लोग तुम्हारी life में कुछ फायदा नहीं करने वाले after a point, and they're just poison for you. So learn that you cannot always rely on people. This is why I prefer working alone. This is one of the things I strongly believe in. Ki, I don't get me wrong. I believe in teamwork. Working in a team is one of the best things ever. It is one of my strong points, working in a team. But the team also needs to be extremely efficient, and they need to have good chemistry. The more amount of people you have in a team, the more delays there are gonna be. I strictly believe in this. That's why working alone is a very good. It's a plus one, because things will happen the way you want them to. I made my own podcast graphic. I edit them. I record them the way I want to, and when the guest is most free. But बाकी सब production I handle myself because I want it to look a certain way. I want my podcast to sound a certain way, and it will, because I'm the only person working on it. If there's a third person, he will add his own thing to it, and I do not want that. So yeah, I also learned. And sometimes people, for example, you cannot always rely on stuff to happen on the time that you want. अगर तुम्हारे साथ और लोग इन्वॉल्व है, वो बंदे की खुद का अलग लाइफ है यार. ही हैज़ अदर स्टफ टू डू. उसका मेन फोकस तुम्हारा पॉडकास्ट नहीं है, बराबर. उसका मेन फोकस तुम्हारा काम नहीं है. तुम्हारा मेन फोकस तुम्हारा काम है. अगर मुझे कुछ काम करवाना है, तो अगर मैं खुद पे ही निर्भर हूँ वो काम करने के लिए, तो वो काम होगा. बट अगर मैं किसी और पे रिलायबल हूँ, तो वो काम में डिलेज आ सकते हैं, विच कैन लीड टू अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. I've learned not to rely on people 100%. Thank you for listening to this, guys. Thank you for all your questions. I'm really really grateful. Okay, there's a question that I'd like to personally answer, is how I select my guests. It's a very, I don't know why nobody asked this. because बहुत बार ये सबसे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन को ही मिलता है, हाउ डू सिलेक्ट योर गेस्ट. एंड मैंने उस दिन एक जूनियर को बहुत लंबा आंसर दिया था. I select my guests on the basis of how much value they can get to my podcast. The question that I ask myself before thinking of a guest is, why would people listen to this person? If the person is unknown, like Ruben, why would they listen to it? Will this person talk by himself, or will I have to make him talk? Will I have to ask him questions? Will I have to urge him to talk? That is also one of the questions that I ask them. My chemistry with that person also matters a lot. Atharva, Gupte, Ruben के साथ मेरी chemistry बहुत बाप थी, and that is why I knew that the episodes would work, that would be a good episode. इसलिए रूबिन का इस बार मेरा फेवरेट, क्योंकि हम लोग की केमिस्ट्री इतनी बाप है, हम लोग ने इतने अच्छे थ्रोबैक्स किए हैं. HSB brought so much value to my podcast because he shared the experience of how many of you guys have heard of an entrepreneur who's just started a startup in a very new field, and he's in his most fetus, or he's in his most premature level as of now, if I may, for lack of better words, for lack of a better diction. मेरे को सूझ नहीं रहा अभी. But he's at his most starting out, and I don't think many people have heard an entrepreneur talk about. Usually you hear entrepreneurs after the successful bachi. Successful people talk about when they started off, but this is HSB in that stage talking live of what is going on, and that is the value that he gave to my podcast. Yeah, so how much value they give, chemistry उनके साथ, how much I know them, will they talk? Shivani Gole and Swastika Mas talking skills on point, इसलिए उनका podcast अच्छे थे. Clive could talk and I had a good chemistry with him. Panali, I knew her personally and she's funny. Yeah, so that's the reason why those people are on my podcast, and that's how I select my guest. I hope I answered that question also. Let's just wrap it up right now. I don't want to make it too long. Thank you for watching this, guys. Finally, What's the Point has a video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please share it around. I hope my answers gave you some insights, and I hope my answers answered your questions. Go listen to the podcast. It's called What's the Point. It's on my YouTube, Antique Boy. Subscribe करो यार. Subscribe करना मत भूलो. Share करो और सुनते रहो. I guess this has been Atik Kudchi and this has been the Q&A video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Kudchi out.